It's good to see you.
It's good to see you
How
too,
you
Dr.
feeling?
Nick. I'm doing well.
Today's going to be a big day.
Yes,
and
it
we're
is.
going to kind of take it step by step. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and keep them closed and just start breathing. You can, if you would like, you can breathe in your nose and out your mouth, or you can breathe in and out, either way. But I just want you to focus on just heavy breathing. I want you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and release. We call this deep breathing because very often we don't even realize how fast we are. So let's just start with the deep breathing in. And you'll notice we have the music in the background that you can let into your spirit. We have the candle burning, so you've got some aromatherapy going as well, your smells. So let your senses take over. And what we're going to do now is you breathe. Breathing heavy, in and out. And as you breathe, what I want you to do now is concentrate simply on the parts of the body that I name. I want you to concentrate on your head. I want you to relax your head and your forehead. Just relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. And when I say relax, you just kind of want them to start drooping. You want to start feeling that tension going out. Whatever thought comes, let it go. You're not going to attach. You're just going to breathe and let your body rest. Now in your mind, as you stay relaxed, I want you to imagine yourself at a very peaceful place. When you're ready, come back to this room.
I like the fact that I went to a relaxing place.
And then you went to a relaxing place.
And strangely enough, that place involves water. Because I
Was there
went to the
water?
beach.
You did go to the beach. So you heard the waves.
And that
And you
sea
saw
mist.
the waves going out and coming in. And it wasn't threatening.
No,
It was just
tranquil.
sitting there, very tranquil. Water is very tranquil. Okay, good work. All right, let's get some paper and pen. All I want you to do, Elizabeth, is take this, and this is what we're going to call a timeline
Okay.
of your fear, and we're gonna mark the milestones in your life where you think you were affected. Like, we can start with the pillow.
Okay.
And anything else in your life that you think added to your fear. And what you want to do is, if it wasn't very intense, you can just put a little small line. But if it was intense, then you want to really intensify it, okay?
Okay.
Don't make it a thesis or a dissertation.
Okay.
It's just jotting down, we're getting a timeline, okay?
All
And I'm
right.
going to sit right with you while you do that.
Okay.
The beginnings of the trauma recovery was beautiful. Simply, I just want you to simply write the story, okay? But again, keep it
Really?
fairly simple. You just let it out, just get it out. As you know, there are many forms of trauma recovery, but the form that we're using today is something that I was very fortunate to learn when I went to a seminar in New Orleans a couple of years ago on post-traumatic stress disorder. And it's really a simple process where the client actually writes a timeline of the trauma from the beginning to the end of the trauma. Remember, trauma is not an event, it's an experience. So we're wanting to get the experience out. So we do a timeline, and then after that, we get the client to tell the story in writing. Again, using the journal technique and writing it out. And then third, as you'll see in just a minute, we'll do an artist kind of form of recovery where it's actually, there's some drawing and some artwork. And again, we've got the client relaxed at this point and the music's still going. In some ways, this is the easiest job for a therapist because I do nothing but sit with the client while she or he is actually doing the work. by no means a miracle technique, but I have found it to be extremely helpful, helping people through trauma, through grief, through fears, through phobias. So it is. I think one of the great forms of trauma recovery. Now I'm going to read it back to you. When I was a child, when I would be playing with the children, we would have pillow fights. One time the kids all ganged up on me and I felt as if I could not breathe. I started to cry and I even screamed for them to get off of me. As I got older, I'd go swimming with the other kids, but they all stayed in the deep end. And I'm assuming you didn't go swimming because you didn't know how.
Right.
So you stayed in the shallow
end. Mm-hmm.
I was always in the shallow end. One time a friend saw that I was not going under the water and asked, "You still haven't gotten your hair wet?" I started running, filled with fear. He caught my leg, and I remember doing 3.5 revolutions under the water. I came up screaming and ready to fight. So again, that primitive brain took over, which was about survival.
But the fear is not getting in the water, the fear is going under.
Okay. This is the last thing we're going to do. Now, you draw 6 boxes. What I want you to do is I want you to actually now tell the story in pictures. Tell the story in pictures. Just let your imagination go. And what was the comfort level telling the story and writing the story and looking at the timeline?
It was cathartic.
Okay. All right. That's all we want is again just a way to kind of get it out, because I'm not going to ask your age, but we do know that you're not 15, you're not 8, you know, right? You're not
Correct.
20 or 25, you're an adult.
Yes.
You're an adult, and you've been relaxing, and you're telling yourself, you know, it's time for me to get over this fear.
Yes. Because there's so
I
many
can do
things I
this.
want to do
Okay.
surrounding water.
You ready to go give it a try?
Yes, I am.